Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and only a couple of days more to go on the Kickstarter. Do pledge to that quickly if you haven't yet already. If you've been thinking about whether you would or whether you wouldn't, get on board while there's still definitely time to secure a book. And lots of crossword stuff, both on Patreon and the main channel. So partly because I'm in strenuous practice for the Times Crossword Championship, and luckily I've saved up so many Times puzzles to do that I can do 3 at a go till there's none left. And so those are going on Patreon. Simon obviously did a Dave Gorman puzzle from I think from the I newspaper on apologies if I've got the paper wrong, on the main channel, and I think we'll also post a listener solution to a listener crossword I did recently fairly soon as well. I'm not sure where we'll post that. And well, anyway, certainly the solution both to Sam Kappelman Lines' competition puzzle and to the November reward puzzle on Patreon are due soon. So good time to join Patreon. There's definitely a lot of stuff there, and some of the other stuff will filter its way through to the channel as well. Now, what is this Sudoku? Well, you can see the thermos. So this is a thermo Sudoku for sure, and the thermo rule is that numbers increase strictly from the bulb of a thermometer to the end. So in this case, there's one bulb and 2 ends. Same is true here. So one goes round like that and one goes along like that. Now, this is also an XV Sudoku, and you're going, well, that's not an XV Sudoku. There's no X's and V's marked to show where the cells neighbouring each other add up to 10 or 5, and that's because there are none in this puzzle. All the XVs are marked and there are none. So the negative constraint applies throughout the puzzle. No 2 cells next to each other can add up to 5 or 10. Apparently that is enough to solve this puzzle from James Cott. It seems astonishing to me. I mean, I'm really amazed that this area of 3 whole boxes, you could add in that bit, could all disambiguate just on the strength of the effect of these thermos from other boxes and the negative XV constraint, but apparently. So I don't think this is going to be easy. Do give it a go on the link below the video though. Give yourself a mental workout, and I'm going to try it now. Let's get cracking. So, well, my fairly brute force method on thermo puzzles, certainly with long thermos, is to fill in the possibilities. So coming down this one, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm just seeing I could have coupled that with the other 7-digit thermo in the grid, which is here. Yeah, that's 7 as well. So let's put in the numbers there that are possible given the 2 degrees of freedom that a 7-digit thermo allows in increasing numbers. And okay, well, the XV constraint, okay, that's quite interesting how it must act with a thermo. So you can never have 2 and 3 together. What, does that help us at all? Yes, it means this can't be a 3. If this was a 3, this would need to go 1, 2, 3 to obey the thermo rule, and then you'd have 2 and 3 together making 5 in 2 cells, which is not allowed by the XV constraint. So this is not 3. And we can feed that back down, therefore this is less. No, hang on, which way am I going? 4 or 5 there. Oh yeah, we can feed that up the thermometer, that's good. Sorry. 7, 8. Now that must apply down here as well. Again, this can't be 3, therefore this can't be 4, this can't be 5, this can't be 6, this can't be 7, and we are at least narrowing down the possibilities. But then what? Maybe this one. I'm going to put the possibilities in just because otherwise there might be something that I'm just not getting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now down here, is it shorter? Oh no, it's the same length. It looks shorter to me, but that's because I'm a moron. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. this is not that useful, I don't think, because this is effectively only a 4-cell thermo. I suppose there are only 2 places one can go in this box. I don't know. I'm not going to bother marking in the possibilities there yet. I just don't think it's helpful. Now, have we got anything? No, they don't get very high. They're low, they're high. No, these don't really interact together at all. Oh, okay, that is annoying. I mean, I can see that this can't be a 4. It has to be higher than that. Because if that was a 4 and you couldn't have 3, 2 there, then you couldn't get down to a 1 there. But that's saying virtually nothing. I don't know. Right. Okay, let's look harder at this box. I'm focusing on that rather than this because this thermometer goes on and that might give me a little... Oh, okay, we've got to fit in 1, 2 and 3 here. Now if this was a 5, then we'd have to fit in 1, 2, 3 and 4 here, but I think you can still do that even without having the ones that make 5 add up together by just having them alternating. So 2 and 3 there, 1 and 4 there, and it never broken, so that's not that helpful. I suppose we can't have 4 going to 6 because 4 and 6 makes 10. So one of those is definitely 5, which is telling me nothing again. Now, if that was 5, what's that? Okay, if that was 5, oh, that's interesting. Then you get 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 1 is confined to that cell and that cell because it can't be next to 9. And 4 is confined to that cell or that cell because it can't be next to the 6 that would be here. So 4 would be in one of those cells, 1 would be in one of those cells, and whichever way you do that, they would be next to each other. That's mad. Oh, that's brilliant. So 5 there breaks for this bizarre Battenberg reason that it would force 4 and 1 next to each other in some undisclosed arrangement of which there must be 4 possibilities, but whichever way you do it with a 5 there, it breaks. That's brilliant. I have never thought of putting thermo and XV together and getting results like this. Right, this can't be a 2 now, or that would be a 3, so that's a 1, and we've actually got numbers in the grid. This can't be a 6 because it would be next to 4, so that's a 5, which is of the minimal amount of help possible. So what else have we got to put in here? One of them is a 2 or 3. That can't be next to this 2 or 3. So that's here. But then this... I was going to say it's 6, 7, 8 or 9. But in fact, it's going to be next to 2 and 3. So it can't be 7 or 8, or that would make a 10 pair. So that's 6 or 9, which means 8. Does that really mean 8 must be here? The only place left for 8. No, it doesn't, because I've written the wrong blinking 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. I'm sorry. So you've been shouting at me about that. The 9 conclusion was still right about the 1. Thank God for that. Okay. Now, I'm sorry about that. I had written the wrong pencil marks, but I hadn't used them, thank God. Okay, so I think I'm still all right. Now, I was going to say, yeah, because it was looking very oddly unsymmetric to me. If you have 9 there, then it's 6, 7, 8 here. If you have 6 there, then it's 7, 8, 9 here. So these must always be a run of 3. I don't know that I can disambiguate that. If it was 8 here, that couldn't be 2, but that being 2 doesn't help. Oh, no, don't tell me this path runs out. Oh, but surely I can do this whole logic on this box as well. It must be the same. So again, yeah, 5 here would force a 4-1 pair in one of those things. So that's a 4. That's a 1. This is now 2 or 3. This is 2 or 3. Yes, this all works the same. That has to be 5. And this is now 6 or 9. Okay, that's a symmetrical, beautiful arrangement, exactly comparable to that. Now what? 8, 9, 7, 6. Oh, I tell you what, this cannot be 6 or 7, because if that was 6 or 7, this would have to be 7 or 8, and you would then have 5 cells with 6, 7, 8 or 9 in, which is clearly impossible. That's one of the things you learn on Cracking the Cryptic. You can't have 5 cells in the same row with 4 different numbers only. So that's not 6 or 7. And that means this one, you can't have 6 or 5 in it. This one you can't have 5 or 4. And that helps me not a jot. Okay, oh, these are giving me numbers. Yes, 5 here can't be in those cells. 1 and 4, okay, 4 can't be in those. So this can't be a 5 now. This isn't helping at all, is it? Do I have to look at this box? Okay, this can be anything up to 6 as far as I can see at the moment. Why am I not putting a 1 in? I don't know. This can be anything up to 7. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, this is getting a bit more constrained. If this was 2, 3, 6, 7 or 8, I mean, it's not very constrained, but this cannot be a 3. For the same reason we discovered 3 can never be on the 3rd cell of a thermo, it would have to have 2 next to it. So it can't be a 3. So now it is 6, 7, 8 or 9. Which is not very helpful. This one... Oh, okay, this is a bit constrained actually. Yes, if this was 4 or more, then you would have to put 1, 2, 3... No, if it was 4 or... Well, if it was 4, you'd have to put... Sorry about that. If this was 4, this would have to have 1, 2 and 3 on. And that would put 2 and 3 next to each other, because every number on this one would have to be bigger than 4. So it's not 4. It's also not 5 or 6, because it has 5 bigger numbers than it in the box. Okay. And that doesn't then feed onto the others. But that is 1, 2 or 3. The only 2 places for 1 in the box are obviously on the bulbs. 2 is a little bit more widespread. I don't know, that's not profitable. Okay, 1, 2 or 3 here. Ah, no, it can't be 3, because then where would 1 and 2 go in the box? Yeah, they would go here, 1 there and 2 there. You'd have 2 there and 3 there. What's going in here? No possibility. Okay, so it's not 3. Can we narrow it down further? If it was 2, this couldn't be 8. So if this was 2, we'd have 7 here, 6, 9, 8. So we'd have a 6, 7, 8 run if this was 2. This would have to be 5, 4, 3, 1, so as not to have the 2, 3 next to each other. This couldn't be 9 because it would be next to 1. 9 would be here. So if this was 2, 6, 7, 8 here, 9 here, this becomes the 1 with a 2 or 3 here and a 2 or 3 here. This can't be 4 because it's next to 1. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9 would be in the same box as 9. And for that extraordinary reason, this can't be 2. So I'm just going to run through that again, partly to tell you what I'm thinking and partly to confirm what I think I'm thinking. If that's 2, this can't be 8. So that's 7. This is 6, that's 9, that's 8. So this is 6, 7, 8. This has to be 5, 4, 3 or 2, 1. This can't be 9. 9 is here. And 3 and 2 are there, and 9 is there. With 3 and 2 there, and 1 here, this has to become 6, because it can't be 2 or 3, they're a pair already, and it can't be 4, because it would add up to 5 with the 1. Once that's 6, this is 9, just like this, which is impossible. So, this is not 2, this is 1. Now, there may well be, there almost certainly is, a better way of getting to that conclusion. But that's how I got there. Do write what you see in the comments if it's better than that, which it probably is. Now this, in fact, I've done that, I've done all of that. It feels like an enormous step and it clears up absolutely nothing. As always, putting 1 on a bulb does very little for you. But I've remembered this can't be a 3 because that would put 2 here and 3 and 2 would be next to each other. This also can't be a 4 now because it would be next to 1. None of that is clearing up any of this. Oh, this can't be an 8 because that would put a 9 here and clash in this cell. This can't be a 7 now because that's not an 8. Oh, 4. Where can 4 be? Oh, it could be on this. Okay, that's not useful. Oh, but this logic, I suppose this still applies. If this is 6, if that's a 7, this is 6, 7, 8. And it still applies that this is 5, 4, 3 or 2, 1, 2 or 3 there, 9 there, 6 there, 9 there. Yes, this can't be 7. I was proving a much bigger thing than I thought. Okay, good. 8, 9. That makes this 6. That makes this 7. Now, surely we are cooking with something. Something with a tiny trace of accelerant in it. Now, this can't be 4, because that would make this 3, 2, 1. And that can't be 3. I mean, if we've learnt nothing in this puzzle, we've learnt that 3 cannot be on the 3rd cell of a thermo, which I've said before and not actually acted on. But that's just because I'm some kind of idiot who doesn't listen to himself. Right, now what? 9, 8, 7. Okay, 6 in this row means they can't be 6. Ah, now, this can't be 2 and 3. So this has to be 1. Otherwise, 2, 3, and 4 will be in these cells, 2 will be there, and 3 will be next to it in one of those. So that is 1. And putting 1 on a bulb, yeah, that's right, it does nothing. Although, okay, it does give us a 1 here, this time. 4, actually, can't be there. And this says it can't be there. 4 is in one of these cells. Oh, that's quite interesting. Now we've got 1 and 4, sending 1 and 4 into these 3 cells in box 4, but they can't be next to each other. So they must be poles apart in the box. Ooh, it doesn't quite act on that. If that was a 4, this can't be 6, but I just don't know. Now, this 1, okay, now these can't be 4s because that would be 5 as a total. So they are a 2, 3 pair. Okay, that's interesting. Is that interesting? Ah, yes, what do 2 and 3 must be separated in this column, so they can't be there. So one of them's here. So we've got a 2, 3 pair there, another one here, one there. The last 2 or 3, oh yes, it can't be here because of this pair, so it's here. So this is 6, 7, 8 or 9 to complete the column. We've got 2, 3, we've got all the 2, 3 pairs in these boxes. This is, I was going to say 4, 5 or 6, but it can't be 4 because it's next to 1, so it's 5 or 6. And in fact 4 must now be here in the row. This is such a weird puzzle the way it works together. Ah, and this can't be 6 because that's next to 4. So that's 5. I have no doubt, by the way, that in this puzzle you are going to be seeing things that I have basically uncovered and I'm just not spotting. But that is the way it goes. Okay, 4 and 4. 4 in this row can't be here because it would be next to 6. 4 here. That can't be 6 now. We've got a 2, 3 pair. So these are 7, 8 or 9. We've got a 2, 3 pair in the bottom row as well. So 6, 7, 8 or 9, 5, 7, 8 or 9. Oh, not 9 because that's next to a 1. Oh, so 9 in this box must be here. Yeah. And therefore not here. They're a 7, 8 pair. So we can take 7, 8 out of those. This is a 6, 9 pair. That can't be 6 now. This can't be 5 because it's got to be more than that. Don't know how we got 5 left there. And now this can't be the 6. So that's 9. I mean, this is a really fascinating education in how 2 variant types can work together beautifully. That 9 was because there's a 6 here. And that gives me the whole of this run on the end of there, which of course gives me nothing there. I can take a 6 out. Ah, that 7 looks straight back into this box, gives me 8 there. That is 2 or 3 to complete the column. If it was 2, I would know that was 9, but I don't know that it's 2, do I? Yeah, no. 2, 3, 5 and 6 to go in here. But only one of them is 2 or 3, so they can't be next to each other. Although that can't be 2 next to an 8. This can't be 6 next to a 4. I must be missing something else down here, I bet. 3 can't be next to 7. But that doesn't really help, does it? No. I don't think it does. Again, yeah, I'm probably missing something. I'm probably missing something as I hover over it and speak about it, but there we go. Okay, so what else can we do now? Maybe back to this box, which I haven't done anything in for ages. Now, okay, these can't be 7s anymore. That can't be 9. And that was a very small return from doing some work in this box. Now, if this wasn't 2 or 3, it would force, if this was, what can this be? It can be 2 or 3. Can it be 6? Then this would go 6, 7, 9. 8 would be there. Could be 6. Can't be 7 because these can't include an 8. Now after that being 2, 3 or 6, this can't be 3 because that would put it next to a 2, but it could be 4, 5 or 7. And this could be 5, 7 or 9. It can't be 9 actually. Ah, it can't be 9 because it's next to a 1. So this can't be 7 and this can't be 6. So that is definitely 2 or 3. Is that more helpful than I can see? Okay, where's 9 going in this box now? Sorry, as soon as it came off that cell. Oh, and once I knew it couldn't be next to 1. Yeah, okay, then it gets proved here. That looks over here, gets an 8 there, 7 there. Now 8 there means this is not 2. So that's 3. This is a 2, 5, 6. That can't be 2 because it's next to 3. That gives us a 5, 6 pair. That puts 2 here. This one is now a 9. I still can't do those. That's next to a 9, so it can't be 1. Oh, and that 3. Oh, sorry. Getting 2 and 3 fixed there is very helpful for that 3, 2 pair at the top, and that's a disaster. Okay, I've entered those in the wrong way round. Thank God for that, because I'm suddenly seeing 2 next to 8. Okay, that's interesting. That should have fixed that box for me long ago. Right, that seems to work. A little bit of heart palpitation there, as I thought I'd got it wrong. Right, now we've got some things across here looking back into this. So they can't be 2. So where's 2 in this box? Got to be here. This can't be 3 because it's next to 7. This can't be 7. Oh, come on, come on. 3 in the box has to be here. Why can't it be there? Because it would be next to 7. Yes. Okay. This can't be 6 because it would definitely be next to 4. Can it be 5? No, it can't be 5 because that would make that 4 and the thermo would make that 4. So it can't be 5 either. So that is the 8. That makes this a 6. So that's not 6. Is it, what else is ruled out? Nothing. Okay. 5, 7 and 8. There's a triple here. This 7 can't be next to the 3. The 8 can't be next to the 2. Is that it? If that was a 7, that would make this a 2. This would be 3. This would be 8. This would be 5. 7 there, that's fine. Okay, that's not a useful avenue. And look, we've still got most of these wretched 3 boxes to try and fill. Oh, 1, 8, 3 is a triple here. Yes. 3, 8, 1, 8, 1, 3. It can't... Yes, I can disambiguate those because that's next to a 2. Brilliant. 1, 8, 3. They just fill in. That was a surprise. Right. Has that helped looking across? 8 and 8. So 8 is somewhere there. 3 is somewhere there. And 1 is in one of those 2. Not that useful. Right, 9 has to be in one of those 2. It can't be next to the 1. 6 is in what? Oh, and it can't be in the same row as a 9. So 9 is actually placed. 6 can't be in the same row as a 6. It's in one of those. Okay, 4 as well is a bit restricted. It can't be in one of those with a 6, and it can't be next to the 1, so it's in one of those 2. Which means this can't be the 6, or it would definitely be next to the 4, so we can place the 6. That's one of the crazy things that this negative constraint can do. 5, 7 and 8 there. Let's take out the corner mark. I don't think any of those are useful in terms of the XV constraint. Now we've got 2, 4, 7 and 5 to put in here. 2 can't be next to an 8, so it's opposite the 4 somewhere in the... 7 has to be up here and 5 down here because of the 5 and 7 over there. So we're left with this kind of pattern. Oh, and look at 3s. 3, 3, we can do the 3 down here. Surely that's going to help. Well, it's going to sort out all the 3 2s at the bottom. Just like that. We get a 7, 8, 5 triple down here, which we still can't fix. Now I'm just going to write these in as candidates now, because we've reduced them all to that. And it helps me to see what we're looking at. What about this cell? 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 1, 3, 5, or 9. There must be something this can't be a 7 because it's next to a 3. Right, that gives us a 4, 5 pair. 7 there. Sorry, I've missed that for a while. That fixes this whole impossible, this sort of frustrating quadruple. That's done. That fixes that. So all of boxes 3, 6, and 9 are done. That finishes off all of boxes 1, 4, and 7. And we've got a bunch of triples across the middle. That can't be 4. 1, 2, and 6. That can't be 1 or 6 next to a 4, so that's a 2. That's in the row with the column with the 1. That can't be 9 now. That's lovely. And that can't be 4. Brilliant. So 5, 7, 8. That can't be 8. So 5. Yeah, that does all of those. Does that fix this? It fixes that. And that, yes, they're all done. 1 box to go, which must be writable in by just regular Sudoku. Thank the Lord. What a puzzle. I think that's really excellent work. I wish there had been a slightly cleaner way for me to work out that wasn't a 2. Although, actually, maybe what I should have been focusing on was that this had to be 7, 8, 9, couldn't be 6, 7, 8, because that broke on these 9s that would be forced here. That would have been a slightly cleaner way to approach it. So apologies to James for that, and apologies if I've missed anything more glaring early on, which there is every chance of. But that was a really fun solve. Loved that puzzle. Thank you very much to James. No idea if the thermos in the grid were meant to spell something. I don't like the idea that was FU, although who knows. And we'll see you again on Cracking the Cryptic next time. Bye for now.